It's one job that requires you to be on your feet 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And your holidays, you'll also spend those in court. For tonight's closer look, we introduce you to a man who's seen a lot of changes in Alaska's court system over several decades. On the 13th floor overlooking the city of Anchorage is a small staff responsible for a group of clients.
It's bail bonding.
At the end of the room, you can find the name behind the business, Fred Adkerson.
Well, I've been in this, like I say, 42 years. It goes on and on and on.
You can see how long Adkerson has been in the business by looking at these old papers. Names dating back to the 1970s of people who never paid him back the fees.
So if you run across any of these guys, tell them I'll give you a finder's fee.
Adkerson started in the bail bonding business when Alaska was left with none, and eventually started his own business.
I've been doing that ever since, about 1969, and I've been writing bonds ever since. We write about 70% of all the bonds in the state.
His job, helping clients bond out of jail, about 400 to 500 of them a month. But it's not an easy task. Adkerson works around the clock. In fact, he spent the last 42 Christmas, New Year's, and Thanksgiving days visiting the Anchorage jail.
They say every night's a Saturday night in the bail bond business. You never know what's going to happen.
Each client pays 10% of the set bail plus collateral for his services. That makes Adkerson responsible for the defendant to show up in court. If not, he'll have to come up with a whole set bail amount.
We do not make a dime off of bonds that are forfeited. We don't want no forfeiture. We want people to show up. Our bond fees come from the 10% that they pay.
Work for Adkerson means walking through courtroom doors day after day.
Anything else on the
and inside, you can always find him sitting in the corner by the door. He jots down notes, and in this arraignment, he's keeping track of any future clients.
Well, most of these guys, when they go back to the court, they'll call one of the bonding companies. We usually get quite a few calls, and then we'll make arrangements to contact their family and friends to see to it that they can be released on bond.
And after working for 4 decades, Adkerson's seen plenty of changes. More females trying to bail out, more gang-related cases, and a different monetary bond.
The amount of the bonds have increased because there are not as many. Way back then, there weren't as many heinous crimes. If a guy's an armed robbery, they'd probably set a bail at $3,000. Now they'll set a bail at like $20,000.
Behind the bench, Judge Philip Volan has also seen some changes over the years. He says he's seen an increase in performance bonds and a decrease in third-party custodian bonds. Case characteristics haven't changed much, but about a third consist of serious felonies.
Well, they've gotten considerably more in number. When I started on the criminal bench, there were just 3 judges doing criminal cases in Anchorage. Now there are 5.
Many changes throughout the years, but Adkerson says it's a job that can help people.
A lot of these guys are working. They have to get out and support their family. Some of these guys got 5 or 6 kids, and by being in jail, who's going to pay the bills? And when they do get out, their job's gone.
And one, Adkerson says, that can open the door for people to walk through for a second chance in life. And Adkerson also says the U.S. is the only nation in the world that has bail bonding, and Alaska is the only state that allows a third-party custodian bail.
So have bail statutes stayed the same throughout the years?
There is a bill that would revise the current state bail statutes. It asks for stricter third-party custodian standards and will not give release conditions to defendants who are convicted of a sexual felony or a Class A or B or C felony if they had one in the last 10 years, and that was heard by the Senate Judiciary last month.
I won't say how long I've known Fred from the court system, covering it, not from me being in it, but it's been a long time, and he's still around, still doing a good job.
Yeah, 42 years.
Yeah, well, not for me.
Do you keep his card?
Not for you, of course.
Do I have his card still?
Keep his card in your wallet just in case.
Yeah, just in case. You never know.
Thanks,
Never know. Thanks.